everybody, and welcome back to Summer Elevation and Empowerment Week. I am so glad to see some familiar faces on here again. We have a big crew tonight filing in. As always, we have so many cool things coming on this week. We worked on mindset yesterday. We have a wonderful confidence coach back in the house, and the week coming on after tonight is going to just keep getting better. So as everyone files in, if you want to get yourself settled, throw your camera on. The host asks if you want to grab a little pencil and paper, take some notes. And I am going to switch over the host to our presenter so she can share all of her wonderful things. So without further ado, we are so happy and so grateful to have Sarah Foley back again. She is the only presenter in 2 years to do every single empowerment week, every week. So yes, thank you, Sarah. Brush it off. She is our MVP, our icon, our veteran. So without further ado, we are going to let Sarah take over, and we are going to grow our mind some more.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Will with me. Thank you to everyone that's on today. We've even got more coming in. So I ask, even if you are doing other things, I'd love to see your face. It's okay if you're multitasking, although I really recommend putting your money where your mouth is over here, and getting your camera on, get involved. You showed up, give yourself a return on that investment by being fully present. It's only an hour. I promise to keep it in an hour. No, that's really hard for me. I have a lot of stuff I want to say, but I promise to make it a lot of fun. So turn on those cameras, and we are going to pump up our energy so that we can really be all here and present. Let's see here. Whoops, wrong. There we go. Get this going on here. There we go. Not the one I wanted. All right. You guys hear my music? Yeah? All right. I want you to come in like you're a freaking rock star getting ready to take over the stage. Imagine there's like 1 million people out there, and you're your favorite, or like step into it. Who's your favorite rock star? I want you to put it in your head right now. Can you guys hear me okay? Hear me too? Okay. I want you to walk on in. Who is it that you're thinking of right now? Who's your favorite rock star? You got like Jimi Hendrix? You want to go old school? You want to go new school? Like, who is your rock star? I want you to walk in like a rolling. Get those shoulders back. That chin up. Come on. Get your body into it. There we go. We got Jim Morrison. Well, put it in the chat. Who's the rock star that you're embodying right now? Who's the icon that you want to embody? Get your whole body into it. Put your energy into it. Get your soul into it. A true rock star is performing with their soul. Come on. Absolutely free. Come together. There we go. Oh, here comes Jackie. All right, here we go. Come on, keep it up. We got Weird Al Yankovic. Dude, whatever floats your boat. Come on. Who else? Put it in the chat. Who's your favorite star? Who do you want to listen to today? Step into it. Come on. Bring your A game. Come on, in the chat. I want to see it. Music is going too hard for me. Oh, come on. Come on, Chris. Give me a little credit here. What else we got? Give me your favorite rock star. What else we got? Yeah. Thank you guys for playing around today. Really, today is all about embodying and bringing to life what I call your iconic identity. This is you at your fullest potential. Good, we got Jimi Hendrix. We still got some rock stars filling in the chat right now. So think about how they would walk onto stage. What do? They're gonna come in with like, don't really want to listen to music, do you? Or do they come in with like their entire soul on fire, ready to electrocute you with their music, right? Bree knows. Bree's all about the music. She's all about like feeling it in her soul. So today, you know, as Bree mentioned, I've done this a few times. I've come to Will With Me Empowerment Week just a couple of times. So as I was thinking about like, what do I want to say this time? What is something totally new, yet still stays along with the same lines of what I teach, which is a vertical mindset. And I talk a lot about creating and really embodying your iconic identity. But I want you to think of one question before we begin. And as we think about the question, get your fingers like going on your brain right now, kind of wake it up a little bit, get your fingers going, and then continue that as you go onto the keyboard and put your answers in the chat. What do you wish the world knew about disability and people with disabilities? Someone came up to you with a microphone and they said, you have 60 seconds. The entire world can hear your microphone right now. What do you want them to know about people with disabilities? What would it be? You have a microphone. The entire world can hear. Open up your chat, get your keyboard going. And if you want to journal about it for a quick sec, but what would you say? What do you wish people knew about those with disabilities? We've got one saying it's all people with all ages, that we are just as valuable as the rest of the world, if not more valuable. What else? These are fabulous. Keep it going. Let's get the momentum going. Lisa, I'm sure you've got something powerful you'd want to say. What else? Joe, let's hear from you. Chris, let's hear from you. Chris didn't like my music. That we're strong, resilient, and problem solvers. What else? Millie, Jackie, iPhone, Jacob. Come on, guys. I want to hear it all. I want to hear from every single one of you. The world can hear you. That we deserve to live. We deserve access. We deserve jobs, transportation, education, healthcare, and housing. Oh, and by the way, you can become one of us at any time. That disability doesn't have to be negative. That we are overcomers. We are normal human beings with goals and aspirations. These are fabulous. Keep it going. And Julia, did I say that right? That's the most coolest name. I probably butchered it. I apologize if I did. What would you want them to hear? Chris, what do you want us to hear? Or the world to hear? Tanya? What else? These are fabulous, by the way. Does everyone agree with everything I've read out loud so far? Yeah, so we're all in agreement so far, right? We get a yes from Jackie. Jackie, come on, the microphone is on you right now. I want to hear from you. The world is listening. What the F do you want them to hear? Come on. What else do we want the world to hear and to know? What do we want the world to know? That we don't have to be disabled, just diff-able, so differently abled. That we have our hopes and wishes, and one day we will persevere and recover. I wouldn't say a word. Actions speak louder than words, and how I live my life as a disabled person speaks volumes. That we are allowed to take up space just like everyone else. Have I heard from everybody so far? I feel like we're still missing a couple. I'm not moving on until I hear from everyone on the screen. How about that? So I know there's a couple that we're missing. And if you want to add to what you've said already, go for it. Ooh, we are sexual human beings. Thank you. Friggin' the chair does not make us lazy. What else? Today, the entire topic is redefining disability. The wheelchairs are sexy. How many of you, by raise of hands, came into disability later in life? And then how many on the flip side were born with, or maybe up or happened before age 10? It was before age 10. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh, good. We've got more of what disability, that the chair is just an extension of us. All right. So when you came into disability, oh, we've got another one. Good. That my disability doesn't define the person I am still me. So is everyone in agreement of what we've kind of read so far? It's hitting home, right? So if you came into disability later in life, what did you think about disability before you had a disability yourself? Did you have any preconceived notions before you became disabled? Because I know I did. I do not say these proudly. Please have this disclaimer. But to give you an idea, my boyfriend and I, Sean, he was 39 at the time when I met him, 38. I don't know, he's older than me. He had broke his femur at age 13 because of the wacky ways of the medical field. He was still able to get an accessible parking placard. And we didn't use it often, but we would use it at concerts, because I thought, well, you never really see like disabled people at concerts, so we're not taking anything away from them. That was my thought as Bree cracks up, right? Now it couldn't be further from the truth. And I see that, but I love to be able to give a comparison and a contrast. So Lisa says, it's terrible to say. I know, I got to put those disclaimers too, baby girl, I get it. But I never considered disabilities. For me, it was out of sight, out of mind. I never noticed the disabled community before my injury. For those of us that came into disability later in life, who agrees with that sentence? About half of us, if not more. If your camera is off, I would love to see your face. So please turn your camera on. Yes, so we've got a contrast, right? On one hand, we've got a microphone. We want to tell the entire world that we are just as valuable as everybody else, that we are sexual human beings, that we love concerts, by the way, and we are so valuable, that we are overcomers, we persevere, we've got incredible resilience, and we're total problem solvers. And then by contrast, they are out of sight, out of mind, never at concerts, and it will not ever apply to me. Such a contrast, right? Like night and day contrast. And I think that that is for the majority. And so as I go into this, it's really interesting, because I always think of myself pre-disability and post-disability, very different mindsets, and two very different people, mind you, who I was before I had a disability and now. And I think back to that girl. She wasn't a bad person. I didn't hate her, right? Her intentions were never anything but kind, but she was extremely naive, and she'd never come in contact with a person with disabilities before. If she had, it was maybe the sick friend in a movie. It was, you know, something was going on in the movie, or it was the old people at the nursing homes. My intention was not to hate on those with disabilities. It was that I didn't know any better. And so I like to be able to look at the rest of society in that way. Their intentions are not anything but kind, but they don't know any better. And so I forget the one that had said this, that their actions speak louder than words. How we live is so much louder than maybe a 60-second microphone moment. Would you guys agree? How we live and how we show up completely can redefine disability as a whole for anyone that comes in contact with us. That all it takes is seeing one person doing it differently to say, huh, maybe disabilities, like maybe they really do like concerts. Maybe they are sexy beasts. Maybe they are freaking valuable. Maybe they do have great style. Maybe they are really smart. Maybe they are really healthy. Maybe they are all of these things, right? I'm gonna go and mute. There we go. So just maybe we can redefine that by living out loud in this way. So we've got really cool things coming in the chats right now. First, she says, I love concerts. Although I was born with a disability, there was a point in my life that I never considered dating a disabled person. Now, some of my greatest relationships and experiences are with disabled folks. Also, this is such an interesting thing to think about. I never looked down at those who were disabled, but once I was in that situation, I thought less of myself. This is exactly where we're going. I feel like I told you to write this because this is literally our segue. This is perfect. Like I thought I couldn't do certain things anymore or go on certain adventures. So there must have been some subconscious feelings there before to make me feel that way. My wife married me for my placard. Hilarious. I love this. Okay. So, right. I call it VIP parking. So now I've got a question for you. Have you ever, we'll call this Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Okay. So everyone we can be honest here. So have you ever used your disability as an excuse when you knew flat out that was a lie? Like, oh, I can't go today. Like my body hurts. I'm having spasms. Like I have a UTI. Like, yeah, raise those hands, get them up. Come on, raise them high. I know we all have. We have all used our because why? No one can challenge us. No one's going to say, no, you're not disabled. No one's going to challenge our BS excuse. I got a thumbs up from Millie, right? And that is not acceptable. I agree, Chris. It's not acceptable, yet we all do it. We are all guilty. So Chris is going to give me a run for my money today. I can tell. Okay. So, because I'm calling BS on this, I'm calling BS right now, that he's never used it as an excuse because we all have, and maybe we are subconsciously even lying to ourselves because it's really interesting. I'll go into a little bit of a story here. So I just started a new training and certification to be a breakthrough specialist, to really help people through reach their own breakthroughs in life, mentality, breakthroughs and making change and transformation in their life. And I'm studying under Tony Robbins and Chloe Madonis, which is a huge, huge deal for me. If you know anything about me, I'm obsessed with Tony Robbins teaching and everything personal development. And I'm so excited to be training directly under them. And I was on training with Chloe Madonis, and the topic of disability came up. And it was actually another coach in training, and he was talking about a client he has that is suffering from depression. And the conversation went, and she started talking about our identity. Bree kind of touched on this a second ago with her comment, that in the medical world, that people, not medical, excuse me, as patients, the patients in the medical world will go for the worst possible diagnosis in order to get the highest level of benefits. Disability is one of those, right? So they'll go into their doctor and they want the worst diagnosis possible. Like make me look like a bag of bones on paper. right? I want to have the worst diagnosis possible. I want to be deemed as totally and permanently disabled so that I can qualify for the highest possible benefits. And then something really interesting happens to them subconsciously. Subconsciously, they know they need to stay permanently disabled with the worst possible diagnosis in order to maintain those benefits. Are you getting what I'm saying right now? They literally have to become as disabled as possible in order to get these benefits and to maintain them. And obviously there are a multitude of disabilities, right? Again, this is not a judgment. This is a psychological issue that happens because now it's their identity. And now what they say over and over and over to their doctors, that I'm too disabled to work, that my energy sucks, that I'm very unhealthy, I'm disabled, I can't work. Like they completely ingrain this in their brain over and over and over and over again. And they become more and more disabled as time goes on because now it's their identity. And so what happens is now we've got this subconscious transformation going, but not in the direction that we want it, not in a positive, empowering way, but in a disabled way. And then they must stay there. And so what happens, again, Bree kind of touched on this a while ago. I feel like I want to bring it back. Here we go. She said, I never looked down at others who were disabled, but once I was in that situation, I thought less of myself. So subconsciously, there must have been feelings there before to make me feel that way. So now subconsciously, we think of ourselves as more and more and more disabled instead of more and more and more empowered. So it's this dangerous safety net that is created. And I use this because it's such a tangible example of what happens to us the more and more and more we tell ourselves something. That everything in life, this is a good one to write down, everything in life has momentum. Laziness has momentum. Energy has momentum. Empowerment has momentum. Disability has momentum in the way of like a disabled mindset, just like I was talking about a minute ago, right? Lack of energy has momentum. Growth, personal growth has momentum. Fitness has momentum. Weight loss has momentum. Weight gain has momentum. Nothing stays the exact same, right? Let's take, for example, I take my lip gloss and I throw it into the parking lot and I come back for it 5 years later. Is it going to be worse, the same, or better? I've thrown my lip gloss into the parking lot. It's going to be worse. It's going to be trampled on. It's going to be driven over. It may not be there. It might be cracked open. Someone might have stolen it. It's going to be worse. Nothing stays the exact same. So our lack of growth has momentum. Us putting energy and empowerment into ourselves has momentum. But anything left unattended to will get worse over time. It's not going to stay the same lip gloss. Anything left alone and not attended to will get worse over time. So as I was kind of prepping for this, I thought, what do I want from this day? And I want an elevation of your mind, body, and soul. I want momentum of your mind, body, and soul. That's my goal for you today. So with your body, think about your body. I asked one of my clients, I said, give me some feedback on how, what you're experiencing from me as your coach. And she gave me the best words I've ever heard. I wish I could take credit for it, but I got to give it to Chris. She said, you taught me that my fitness, my physical health is the scaffolding for the rest of my growth. That without my health and my energy, my physical vitality, I have nothing. So we start with our body. We always start with how we feel. when we go into like this momentum, this idea of momentum, our energy is going to breed momentum. And so as we go into different situations in life, the energy that we bring, that's why I have you dance and pump up the energy before all my calls, because that's going to put us into a different momentum than if I came in and said, so my name's Sarah, and I think I've got some notes for you today. And, I think you might have a really good time. It might be good. I don't know. But, I'm really glad that you're here. And, I hope you have a really good time. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, who called this girl? Like, what in the world are they doing having this chick like present? This is boring. This isn't empowering. No, we come in with energy. We come in with pizzazz. We come with this vertical energy. Okay, we come in with music and shoulders back and girls up and chest up and like up to play. Okay, and so that is going to breed momentum. So I'm going to teach you guys the momentum model, which when I really, really grasped this, and I will say it took me, it probably took me a solid 3 or 4 times of learning it before I really, really, really understood it. Okay. So if you have to go over your notes again, awesome. But this is kind of what I want you to write on your page right now. So on your piece of paper, I want you to have 4 boxes. Okay. And on the top, I have to like do my arm. Top left, you're going to put a P. Top right, you're going to put an A. Bottom left, you're going to put a B/C. And then the last one, you're going to put an R. And before we get into that, I want you to start to think about your life as you know it right now. With all of us, there are things that we love about ourselves. There are things that we really wish were not the case, right? And then there's a lot of stuff in between. The old self of me, the self of me that is not living in my potential, the self of me that uses my disability as my excuse when that's really a lie, hint, hint, that I call my disabled self. And I use that word on purpose. I know, sometimes the language is funny in our community. Would you agree? Some people hate the word disabled. Some people are fine with it. Some people love it. Some people think persons with disability, whatever. I call the self of me that uses my disability as my excuse, that version of myself, that self of me that knows I could be doing a whole lot better than I am, I call that the disabled self. Because what we're going to do is we're going to overcome whatever is disabling you. Okay. A car on the side of the road that's gas had run out, that'd be a disabled car, right? I saw a sign that says disabled vehicles, pull to the right. Okay. That vehicle is disabled. That's fine. Okay. So like I always have to like give my asterisk when I use this word for some reason. Okay. So under your disabled self and on your notes, you can write this. What are all the things that you feel hold you back or disable you? This could be mindset. This could be your physical stuff. It could be beliefs about yourself. It could be your circumstances. It could be your fears. What do you feel is disabling you? Describe, I guess a better way to say it is to describe the version of yourself that is living at kind of like your 4 or below potential. When I think of that for myself, I think it's a perfectionist because it's overanalyzing, thinking I can think my way perfect, that things are going to go exactly the way I want. Perfectionism is a dangerous trap. It is always living in a state of fear. It is totally self-sabotaging, right? It is the version of myself when I use food as a way to emotionally soothe. It could be other substance for you too. It is the version of myself that blames, that people pleases, that is in a state of resentment and anger. So describe on your own paper, describe the version of yourself that is disabled. And then you can throw it in the chat too. I'd love to see some of the examples that you've come up for yourself. What are some of the attributes of the disabled version of yourself? Again, this is Vegas. Okay, what happens here stays here. I'd love to get just a couple on the board from you guys. It helps to get the juices flowing for other people that might be struggling to come up with things. That version of myself is a big people pleaser. And because of that, I really overanalyze and I struggle to make the right decision or take action on things, on my goals and my aspirations, because I'm so worried about not being rejected. I really want to make sure that everybody's happy, and then I can't keep everybody happy, so that I stay in one place and I don't do anything at all. Oh, we got a people pleaser here too. Struggle to put myself first, right? Over analyzing, relying on others to get everywhere. Yep, there we go. Challenges that okay, so what are the challenges that you'll overcome there, Chris? Give me a little more detail. I fear doing too much. I fear living my best life and oh my gosh, and then getting a wound. So I bring myself to a halt and stop living. Been there, done that. Anyone is struggling with wounds? I have some insight that really changed my life. And we got relatable. Yep. Anyone here fear of living in their full potential and making others feel uncomfortable, so you'd play small? I do that all the time. Yep. Jackie says. Who else? Give me a few more in the chat. Give me the version of yourself that is struggling, or the attributes of the version of yourself that's struggling. Fear of the future and the unknown. Big time. Right? So then we don't do anything because we're really scared. Judgment, fear of judgment. Oh my God, that's a big one. Fear of judgment, or the judgment of ourselves. So we call this the disabled self. That disabled self has momentum. Just like we said a minute ago, everything has momentum. So we got the discomfort in my own skin, comparing with others, imposter syndrome. Absolutely. And now take it a step deeper. And this one you don't have to put in the chat, but I really want you to just put a couple things. When you say the word fear or playing small or things like this, or fear of the future, exactly what? Like if I told you to go about 6 or 7 layers deeper than that, exactly what are you afraid of? Particularly with you, right? Could it be fear of judgment of your mother? Maybe, creating a family argument, or bringing up old wounds and old traumas and things like that. Now I want you to start flipping it to the alternative, because we are all the CEOs of our own life. Would you guys agree? Like we are the CEO. And with that, say you were hiring a CEO for your company, and they came in and they said, here's my resume, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I have to rely on everyone else to get everywhere. I overanalyze everything. I'm a people pleaser. I struggle to really put myself first. I have really poor self-esteem. I people please a ton. I prioritize others over myself. And let's see here. I really fear doing too much. And I really fear living my best life. Think they're going to get the job as a CEO? No, they're going to be like, you should be cleaning the toilets in the bathroom. What are you doing here? You're not the CEO quality, but we are the CEOs of our lives. We are the CEOs of our lives. So now this other version of ourselves, I call it their iconic identity. Take a second and really close your eyes for a minute. We're gonna do just a quick little guided something. Close your eyes for a sec. And I want you to think of your dream life where there are no limits. There are no limitations. You can overcome any challenge. The world is your oyster. Anything that you want to achieve, you can with literally a snap of your fingers. Anything you want is within your control, within your ability. And still in that mode, grab your pen and write down what it looks like. What did you just imagine? What came to mind? What does your ideal dream life look like? And now, who would you have to become? What version of yourself would you have to tap into in order for that to be a reality? This is you identifying and describing your iconic identity. This is the version of yourself that knows no limits, knows no fear, knows that as you step into your fullest potential, you are giving everyone around you permission and inspiration and hope to do the same. That every ounce you hold back, you are holding back everyone else around you. Describe the characteristics of that version of yourself. Describe that CEO. Describe yourself at a level 10 potential. Feel free to throw it in the chat. Some attributes of that version of yourself that knows no limits, that is fully capable, fully driven, excited, full of energy. Fitness is on key. The scaffolding with their body is holding up the most incredible life. So much energy, love, passion. What else comes to mind of this version of yourself? And now to overcome the fear of wounds as a group, let's go ahead and push up for a pressure release. Ready? On 3, 2, 1. Feel the blood flow in your body. Move yourself side to side. Wake your body up. Move those hips. Yeah, move those hips. Lisa said it. We're sexual beings. Ow! Come on, move yourself around. Smile a little bit. It's only your life we're planning today. Come on. Wake up that energy. There we go. Woo! Feel the blood rushing through the body. There we go. Now write it out, write it on your paper. And Shiro, I need to be more proactive. No. This is already in the iconic identity. You are proactive. See the difference? Yeah, what else are we in our iconic identities? List it. Have some fun. There's no judgment here. We're in Vegas, y'all. We're in Vegas. and we're hitting jackpots. We're on top of the Eiffel Tower. We're making out under the stars, whatever Vegas is to you. We're dancing our little hearts off. What else? Throw it in the chat. What are you as your ultimate iconic self? Come on, I need at least like 6 before I'll move on. So keep going, come on. Independent, there we go. Thank you, Tanya. Confident with my disability and ability to live a fulfilling life, even with challenges. I'm a traveler, I'm confident, financially independent. Me leveled up, baby. Financially stable or financially thriving, financially abundant, making investments, cashing in on those jackpots. We are not going for stable and safe anymore, people. We are going for the top. We are smashing glass ceilings. We are breaking through limits. We are thriving. Okay, multiple streams of income. Now we're talking. That is what we're talking about, Bree. That is where we are not going for stable anymore. Because remember that story with Chloe Madonis. Stable is a safety net, and safety nets are dangerous. We want abundance. We want to thrive. You feel me? My heart's racing. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today. I hope you guys are feeling me too. I love when I can make you guys smile. All right, everyone, just on the count of 3, I want you to just get the biggest smile. Just a big smile. Bring up your face. Bring all the muscles in your face to a big teethy grin. Let's show all your teeth. Crack up like I just said something super funny. Everyone say wiener. Are we laughing yet? Okay, boobies, something. Okay, now we're laughing. And why I'm doing this is because of what we're going to talk about in a second. So we're going to do this in 2 different ways. Oh my God, where the hell does the time go when I talk? All right, so for the A, okay, the A stands for action. And I know it's over here, but we're going to make our way around the box. So your A stands for action. Now, think about, first of all, we're going to go back down to our disabled self. Now, as your disabled self, who uses your disability as an excuse, even when it's not supposed to be an excuse that day, what kind of actions is your disabled self taking? They're minimal or obsolete, right? Because they're using excuses. They're low energy, so they're taking low action. Right? When it comes to the disabled version of the self, it's the self that's talked yourself out of even coming on this call. Right? And then the disabled self is the one that's maybe here. I'm going to call you guys out, put the cameras off. The disabled self is the one that does it out of 4. Like, I'm going to show up and I'll fully show up. You guys can throw your cameras on now. It's cool. So you're going to show up, but you're not going to do notes, right? You're going to have 6 different computer tabs open at the same time. You're going to have an earbud in that's listening to music while you're trying to hear my voice, not really taking notes. And over on the TV is your Netflix. That's the disabled version. So they're taking those kind of actions. What kind of results they getting? Or are you getting as your disabled self? If you're taking those kind of actions, so the next box below it is R for results. What kind of results you getting? Think you're getting any kind of great results working on your dream life and hitting your goals? No, because you're using things as excuses that aren't really excuses. You're not doing the work to make your scaffolding, AKA your body, healthy and fit and energized so that you have the energy to actually fulfill your goals. Your results are low because your actions suck. There we go. Thank you, Bree. And then what happens? So the BC is your belief and your certainty. What kind of belief or certainty does that create? You take low-level actions, you create low-level results. which means you have low-level beliefs about yourself. You're like, I'm a piece of shit. I can't do it anyways. I'm lazy. I'm nothing. I'm worthless. I might as well not show up. You get those beliefs about yourself. And then what happens to your P is your potential. You have low-level potential. And based on low-level potential, you're taking low-level action, you're getting low-level results, and you have low-level belief that goes back to the potential, and it creates this low-level momentum. Remember what I said, how everything creates momentum? So now your momentum is disabled. Now let's do the model as if you're running at about a 7. I'm running out of 7. Yeah, I'm showing up. I've turned off my other stuff. I'm not watching Netflix and listening to Sarah at the same time. I'm watching, I'm here. I'm kind of taking notes if she says something that hits true a little bit, but you know, I'm here. I'm at a 7. I'm showing up. I'm here. I'm doing the work. You know, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna take some notes. So we've got some level 7 action. Again, creates level 7 results. Okay, we're getting better. A 7, not bad. But do we want to date or marry a 7? Or do we want to date and marry a 10? Yeah, I want a 10. So the 7 is taking 7 action, getting 7 results, having 7 belief in themselves, creating 7 potential. And that cycle is going again. Now the key that changes the 7 to the 10 is right here. It's right before the action. Because what happens is you come in with level 10 energy, right? Your energy is the only thing that can change within time. We cannot extend time. We cannot add time, but we can sure as hell add energy to our time. It's the only thing that we can control. Can't control time, but we can control our actions, which controls our results based on our energy. That is why we always start with fitness. We always start with our health. We always start with creating the scaffolding that's going to create the energy that will go through. So now I'm coming in. Now the level 10 version is dancing, getting all up in, writing down everything I say as if they're gonna be teaching the class next time, right? They're going really deep. They're really asking themselves the question. They're in the chat. They're putting it all in the chat. They're level 10 all the way. They're saying, I'm the CEO of my life. I am the maker of my dreams. I'm showing up as a 10 energy. What's going to produce the 10 actions, going to give me level 10 results. I have a level 10 belief in myself. And guess what? My potential, I'm a fucking 10. Right? That's the only thing that I changed from a 7 to a 10 was the energy I brought. And I love that the closed captions actually put the F word. That was rad. I never knew that. I didn't know if we bleep it out. I think that's really cool. I apologize if I offend anyone, but I do swear. I feel like you need it sometimes, like an exclamation mark. So do you get what I'm saying so far? So what is the only thing, I want every single person to write this word. What's the only thing we can change within time? Come on. I better see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 13 popping up. Energy, energy. Professionals do not swear. Chris, I'm sorry. You lost me a long time ago. Energy. Come on. Energy, 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 energy. Energy. Level 10 energy. Gonna get you level 10 what? Level 10 energy is gonna give you level 10 what? Come on, Lisa's on it. I see it. Come on.
Level 10 energy is going to give you level 10 results.
That's right. How do I produce those results? With level 10 action. And what is those level 10 results going to give me? Come on, shout it out there. Ryan, go for it. Give me the momentum
Results.
model.
Results.
Results, which is going to give me what? Level 10 what of myself?
Confidence.
Belief. Yes, confidence.
Belief,
In
confidence.
yourself.
The
And
whole
that's
9 yards.
Yep. And that's going to produce what? Level 10 what of myself?
I don't
What's
know.
the P? What's the P? Come on, someone shout it out. What's the P?
What's
Potential.
potential? Yes.
There we go. We're helping you out. I want you to shout it out at the screen, even if I can't hear you guys, because it does something. When you write something down, your percentage of what you retain goes through the roof. When you actually speak it, it goes even higher. And when you put your entire body and energy into what you're learning, it is embedding it into your soul. Today, we understand that the momentum we create in our life gives us the level of, momentum of our actions, and our energy produces the level of life that we get to live. Momentum is everything, and everything has momentum. If you want to change your belief in yourself, this is the kicker, and this is where it's so hard, and this is why most people don't change their beliefs in themselves, because confidence is an action word. You have to change your action to change your results, which changes your belief in yourself. You cannot think your way more confident. You cannot think your way to a better life. You cannot think your way to new beliefs about yourself. That's why affirmations are nice, but they're not going to change the game. Your actions do. And the only way to get different actions is simply changing the energy in which you go at it. So that is why I gave you an iconic self today. That's why we went into a little bit of detail there of the disabled self and the iconic identity. Because in order to step into that energy, how do you do it when you're talking yourself out of it? How do you actually do the action when you're scared? When that fear perks up, when you start to overanalyze, when you start to people please. How come I couldn't say that word? That's it today, Junior. When you start to people please, when you start to go into that role, you go into your iconic identity. And that's why when she was talking about, Chloe Madonis was talking about how people go for the worst possible diagnosis. They become the worst possible diagnosis. That becomes their identity. You have to come in with a different identity, a different energy, so that you take different action.
Woo, baby, I agree with that 100%.
Yes, good job, Ryan. I love your energy. Ryan is going to remember this so much. It is in his soul today. He spoke it out loud. He got his body into it. He's happy. All of that is in his soul. So now what? Now we're all jazzed up. And guess what we're all going to go do? We're going to go back to our normal life where nothing else has changed. We're coming in different. People around us aren't. That's hard. That's hard to come in with this pizzazz energy and everyone's like, oh, well, let's just Netflix and chill. And you're like, no, I want to change my freaking life. This today is all about your experiential practice. This is where we get so jazzed up and you get immersed in it. But there's something really important that needs to take place if you want to keep it going. If you want to keep the momentum going, you have to condition it and program it regularly. It has to be a part of who you are, not just what you do. What's up, Julie? Right? It cannot just be what you do. It has to become who you are. Bree said at the beginning of the call, and I swear it seems like Bree and I like planned this out because she said it was, but it goes to show that she's been conditioning and programming herself on a regular basis for a really long time. She says, once an icon, always an icon. That's why every single time I talk to my clients, I always say the same thing. Aloha icon. First of all, aloha, because it's the love in me to the love in you, right? I've got love for my girls, and guys, you're coming, guys. But I'm reaffirming to them, you don't forget who you are. You're an icon. You are your iconic identity. Who do you want that to be? How do you want to show up? What kind of life do you want to live? It's reaffirming that always, 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 reconditioning it and programming it into their souls of who they are. So in order to keep this going, I highly recommend joining for the Vertical Icon Transformation Program. Because literally it is 8 weeks of conditioning and programming this very thing into your soul. It's not about you getting hyped up for 59 minutes and then going back to your normal life. It's about becoming someone new. It's about becoming the icon that you are meant to be. There's something in Hawaiian called kuleana, and your kuleana is your responsibility in life. Not just like take out the trash responsibility, but the responsibility of why you are here in the package you are, meaning what is your background? Who are you? What are you passionate about? What are your skills? What are your talents? What are your likes, dislikes? What do you look like? Where do you live? All of that is packaged as you. And with that, you at your fullest potential have a responsibility to fulfill that. Because when you step into your fullest potential, what does it do for everyone around you? Gives them permission and inspiration, and it keeps freaking going, baby. And then they can step into theirs, and others can step into theirs. Your kuleana is your responsibility to yourself, to those around you, and to the world. Literally, like to the earth. It is about doing and bringing your goodness. So over the course of 8 weeks, I'm going to take you through this very, very program. Okay, we're going to go through a state of awareness where we get all rich and juicy of who you are, what holds you back, what are going to be the things that really deep down are holding you back, and where do you want to go, getting clarity, which is probably the one that people struggle with the most. They just say, I don't know what to do. I don't feel like I've got clarity. I've done a lot of clarity calls with these girls, and having just that very thing changes the game. So from there, you go into your ability, everything that who you are and what you can do. We are no longer our disabled selves. We are stepping into our iconic identities. From there, we go into alignment. When we release the pressure of being out of alignment, guess what? We become vertical. We step into our fullest potential. And from there, all of that combined creates us at our level 10 iconic identity, and we take action. It now is who you are. So literally tonight only, I will have it going for the next 30 minutes. Like, you have to make a decision now if you want this. I'm giving it for $99. It's normally $199. You can get it for $99 right now for the next 30 minutes. And I'll put the link in the chat. I'll do it right now. And with it, you also get some really fun bonuses. One of which is we'll be doing the Seated Fitness app. We'll do a full 8-week fitness program all together. So we're creating that scaffolding of our life. Let's see here. Sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. Wish I could, but I can't. This goes into a lot more detail. So it's just verticalblonde.com/vertical-icon. If I got the last part wrong, it's verticalblonde.com. It's obvious on there. So from there, we'll be going over the course of 8 weeks. Like I said, this is going to get embedded into who you are. So it's $50 a month. That's ridiculously cheap. The last time you will get it at this, actually this round is the last time I'll offer to even the $199. So if you sit on this and you wait longer than 30 minutes and you go for $199, it's still way cheaper than it will be in the future. You're going to be learning some real life strategy to create and step into and take action for your dream life. This is next level. If you are not ready and open to go to next level, sit this one out, because it's going to be in your face intense. And I really want those that are ready and willing to go all in on themselves, because it's your freaking life. And as I see it, we've got one. I don't know if we get reincarnated or not, but my biggest fear in life is getting on my deathbed and saying, oh, you had another level in you. You had another level. You could have done more. You could have dug deeper. You could have connected more. You could have been better in some way. I want to know that on the deathbed, I could say, I went all in. I didn't hold anything back. And now I can die peacefully. I freaking love speaking to Will with Me Empowerment Week. I love you guys so much. I really, really appreciate you just embracing me in the way you have. And thank you again to Will with Me for inviting me back yet again. I'm glad you're not sick of me yet. If you guys have any trouble getting logged in or booking it or anything like that on the back end, I know before there was an issue on the discount code, but it should be all set now. If it's not, send me a message. Oh, and how do you get the discount? It's Will with Me. So just the code Will with, oh no, wait, Adam, actually, what did you guys sign up for your referrals? Will with Me Foundation, right? Okay, so yeah, this one is Will with Me, just not without the foundation. Will with Me, okay? It's the discount code. And I really hope to see you guys there. Thank you guys so much. I love you guys very much. Thank you for today. I hope this just rattled your soul in all the good ways. I really want to get a group picture too, so don't go away. Thank you to everyone for just playing full out and having so much fun with me. I love you guys very much. So can I get a big picture? Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna let Sarah do hers, and then I'm gonna get one as well while Sarah's getting ready. And if we want to get a couple more cameras on, Tanya, we're talking to you again. We're looking at you, Mel Dog. Yeah, we're talking to all of you. Throw on those cameras just for a hot second. And thank you again, Sarah, for coming back and always just giving us more good stuff. And just know that she's probably going to be back next time too. So if you liked what you heard and you like the weeks, she'll probably come back next time. We're stuck together. Will with Me and Sarah, we're stuck together. So
we go hand in hand. All right, you guys ready for a picture? And on the count of 3, everyone say wiener. This makes people laugh really big. So
all right, one for me too, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. I love it. Awesome. Thank you again, Sarah, so much for sharing such an amazing workshop with us. This was incredible as always. And if you really liked what you heard tonight, we still have a whole nother week left. We have some Reiki healing tomorrow. We have a really amazing nonprofit that helps with financial coverage coming on Thursday. And then Friday, you get to see my beautiful face again, and we're going to work out. We're going to take a fitness, or we're going to take an exercise from the Wheel with Me Fitness app, and we're going to get some movement in. So on that note, a big thank you again to Sarah Foley, and a big thank you for everyone who showed up today. I am so thankful that you not only gave us your time, but like Sarah said, you give yourself some time. Take that ROI, take your notes, and let's turn it into something amazing together. All right, guys? And I will see you all tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Aloha, icons.